Good afternoon, everybody. It's David. Hope you're having a good day. It's the Friday before Christmas, and it's a weird time, isn't it? We've got a lot of effects of COVID around us, but we don't want that to keep us from honoring our employees that encountered major milestones this year. We have employees celebrating from 5 to 35 years of service with the county, and we put together a brief video to share to celebrate those employees and thank them for their service. Hope you all have a great holiday season. Please stay safe. Please wear your mask. Take care.
Once in a lullaby, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Dreams that you dare to, oh why can't well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. To myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh, why can't ooh.
tell us what's kept you here for so long. What's made you stay here for 25 years?
I just like my work and working for the sheriff's office.
Okay. Okay. If you had to tell us, maybe one, like, what are your top two things? What are the things that are your favorite about working here?
Well, I like the people I work with
Okay.
and the freedom we have in our work.
Okay.
We're not micromanaged. I mean, we're free to do our jobs, and we've got lots of people we can go to when we need assistance.
Yeah. Who do you regularly interact with?
Right now, I'm assigned to criminal investigations. I've been in investigations since 1997, but specifically, I work with social services more now than I used to.
Oh, okay.
2012, January 1st, 2012 is when I took over that position. We started assigning an investigator to social services back before that, maybe 5 years before that. And then when the position came up, I went ahead and went with it. And I've been with it since, I think it's 8-9 years now, I guess I've been with them.
Yeah.
So I work mainly cases involving children, sexual, physical abuse of kids.
Right. Okay. So on a day-to-day basis, is this pretty much this location is where you work out of? Or?
Well, yes. I'm also a polygraph examiner for the sheriff's office.
Okay.
I was licensed and, I went through school in 2003, and then I went on my own license in 2004. I've been doing it ever since.
Okay.
I work with another investigator. She is also a polygraph examiner also.
Okay. So in the course of 25 years, how many different titles have you had?
Well, patrol deputy, of course.
Is that where you started out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I started out I actually started in the jail when I used to work in the town police departments. I worked in Gretna, and then I worked in Hurt, and then I took a position here in the sheriff's office. And it first started out in court security, and which also included working in the jail sometime. And then there was an opening on the road, and then I was already road certified, so I went on the road. And that was in 1994, and stayed in patrol up until 97. And then I was asked to come into investigations. I've been in investigations ever since.
Okay. So.
Well, I've had crime scene. I'm a crime scene investigator. I've been to the Forensic Academy. I did that in 2002.
Okay.
So basically, my main title has been criminal investigator.
Yeah.
And right now, I hold the rank of lieutenant.
So, for the purposes of this video and 25 years, is there anybody that you want to thank along the way? Anybody that stands out in your mind as a partner or a mentor?
That would be a long list.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people above me that have been here longer than me. Sheriff Taylor, Colonel Nicholson, Captain Coleman, Captain Webb, Captain Ford. Now, I think Webb's been here maybe a few months, maybe a year or two longer than me. Ford came after me. But, and a few other, captains, lieutenants, things like that over the years. Chief Investigator Ronnie Simpson, he was my first supervisor in investigations. He's the one that asked me to come into investigations. Mm-hmm. When he, back then, asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, sure. I said, but I only want to come if you want me. If you don't want me, don't just put me in the position. I want you to want me to be there. And he did. He said he wanted me to be in investigations. We had our ups and downs. Very, very few downs. Usually everything was up. But he was a very good person to work for, very knowledgeable. And if you need to know something, he knew it, or he knew where to get it. But like I said, I had a lot of people. Sheriff Taylor was a lieutenant back then. So went to him for things. And Colonel Nicholson, I actually first met him when I worked in Gretna. I was working radar on Main Street in Gretna, 2:00 in the morning. And a car
comes. That was a busy job.
Yeah. Car comes speeding through Gretna, and I'm like, maybe I'll go ahead and go get it. So I went after it. Next thing you know, it went into a chase, and they wrecked. And Colonel Nicholson was my backup. He was there to help me.
Great. Any thoughts of retirement?
I actually put in for retirement a few years ago. I thought I was ready.
Yeah.
But probably 2 months, maybe 2, 3 months before it was time to do it, I changed my mind, decided to stay on.
Did you get cold feet about retirement?
No, I just didn't really get cold feet. I just felt like it wasn't the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I got more than enough time, and I've got the age. I've got everything. I mean, I can put in my papers tomorrow if I want to.
Yeah.
But I'm just, everybody's asked me. I mean, I get asked almost every day, when are you going to retire?
But you don't take it personally, right?
No, not at all.
So, Corey, we interviewed Arnold just a few minutes ago. So that was a fascinating interview. 25 years. So what can you tell us about Boyd that makes him stand out and someone that you would want to have on your team?
Of course, Boyd works in the investigative division here at the sheriff's office. When I was the chief investigator, Boyd worked the social services cases, more specifically the child protective services cases, in which, in my opinion, it takes a special type of law enforcement officer to be able to work those type of cases.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the stories that you might hear from a small child, whether it be male or female,
Mm-hmm.
photos that you may have to view, videos that you may have to watch. It takes a special person to be able to work that type of case.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, not all law enforcement officers can work that type of case. Mainly the ones that have, small children. You get a case to where a child has been, molested or abused. It kind of hits home for a lot of officers.
Yeah.
And there are not a lot of officers that are able to handle that type of case mentally. Not saying that they can't, that they don't know how to interview or they don't know about the laws, they're not able to make a case. I'm not saying that. It's just the mental aspect of it, of that case hitting so close to home because you have a small child or a small grandchild. And then it starts, your mind starts playing with you and you start asking those questions, what if that was my grandchild? What if that was my child?
Right.
And things, like that, it can be rough on some officers. It can be rough on certain officers. But Boyd does a good job. Boyd is very thorough when it comes to working cases, when it comes to interviewing people. Boyd is unbiased. Law enforcement, we deal with the facts. And Boyd does a very good job of fact finding. Boyd is really knowledgeable on the laws in the state of Virginia, not just only the laws dealing with minors, but all laws. Boyd, he really takes the time to sit and read and study, the laws. And even sometimes I would have a question about a certain law, dealing with a minor. I just call Boyd.
So what'd you do before you started working for us?
Decent can.
All right.
Yeah, still good.
Are y'all from around
Well,
here?
Moved down from New Jersey. Hate to admit it. But
89.
yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah, what happened was, up north you can't be shooting kids and stuff. And down here at least you could do something. Had a couple acres up north. But by the time you put the $20,000 septic system and the $8,000 well in, then you got 3 kids. We had the boy, he was 18 months old, and then we had twins. And what could I do for him up there? Nothing. So we moved down here.
Well, how'd you find here?
Aaron Johnson, he's a realtor in Gretna, and our local paper, like the Star Tribune, but it was the Hunterdon County Democrat.
How about that?
And he said, my father and I said, this can't be true, So 2 weeks later, we were in a car, came down here, looked at this property, and then we drove around with Aaron Johnson all weekend, came back to the same one, put $1,000 off down, We didn't know a soul when we moved here.
So is your dad built here too?
No, my mother, my dad died, unfortunately. He moved down, me and my mother, and he lived 5 or 6 years here before he died. They have a house on Gap Road.
Okay. Great. Well, we appreciate the 25 years. It is unbelievable. Are we filming?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, 25 years is unbelievable, especially being in one spot and doing this one thing. And, you know, what we know about this site is it's always being watched, and that you care for this thing like it's yours. And we've noticed that from day one. And this is one site that we've always held up as an example of what we want all of them to look like. So it's nice to know that you're out here taking care of this place. So what's the funniest thing you've seen out here?
Well, the funny thing is, every time I come out here, you'll see these people with garbage. They don't go in their trunks. They don't go in the back of the bed to pick up. They open up the back door, pull the trash off the back seat. Every day you see that.
So this is the
Every
site
day.
we saw on the camera. Somebody fall in that
Yep.
Oh, this is
Okay, so
the
we do.
and had to call the Cowens fire department to come down here and help them get out.
Yeah, my boy's on the fire department. He was the first one here, and the guy said, "Who the hell called the fire department?" They said they saw it.
Well, the crazy thing was, and I saw it in real time, Richard and I it was a Friday afternoon after 5 o'clock. So the chances of us being there were about 0. And we're both standing there talking about our weekend, probably. And all of a sudden, Richard's looking at the thing. He said, "Did you see that?" He said, "Somebody just fell in it." Cowens. And he called 911 and got him out here.
He's very lucky, very lucky.
No
They
kidding.
could have killed him. I mean,
Yeah.
there was something sharp in there.
Yeah. Luckily, the thing was
Yeah.
empty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we have brought you your 25-year award, Holly.
Yes.
Didn't know there was
Plus.
one.
Come into the front.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, we have great awards. So
We have
yes.
a 25-year award. I don't know what's in that special package, but it is a small token of our appreciation for everything. you
Lots
do.
of good, yeah, lots of goodies in here. Basically, it's like a catalog book, and you can go through and order anything in this book that you want. You can do it online; they'll send it directly to you, and yeah, it's our gift to you for
Wow.
your dedication and service.
Thank you so
But even
much.
more importantly, look, Roy, right?
Basketball champions hat.
Just for you.
You've been employed with Pittsylvania County 25 years. You've obviously seen a lot over those 25 years. So can you talk about what has kept you here for that long?
Well, I always loved my job, and there's always new things to learn. And the people I work with, we've worked together so long, and we're like family. We've been through a lot of stuff together.
So what are, obviously there have been a significant amount of changes in 25 years.
Mhm.
What, from your perspective, are some of those changes that you've seen? Some of the biggest impacts that you've seen in the past 25 years?
Well, we've grown so much, and there's been departments added that were not here when I first started.
Mhm. So did you
everything-
actually start in finance?
No,
Okay.
I started in reassessment.
Okay.
And then I went on to assistant county administrator's office.
Okay.
And then I got the job in AP.
hmm
And then I moved on up to accounting.
And then from there, the rest is history.
That's it.
Yeah. So have you seen a lot of change in your department in terms of, technology?
Oh, yes.
Or,
Yes,
talk about
a
some
whole
of those
lot.
things.
Well, when I first got here, we used the typewriter right much. And when we printed checks, if we had to do a manual check, we had to type that on a typewriter.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And now, we just print them anytime we want to.
Yeah.
I don't know, everything was so old. We've grown a lot
Yeah.
with technology,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yep. So talk a little bit about what, as far as Pittsylvania County, why do you enjoy working for Pittsylvania County? Obviously something, because you've been here for 25 years.
Mostly the people I work with, we all have a good time and we work well together.
Okay, Kim. So tell us what makes Wendy someone that you want to have on your team?
Well, Wendy is always helpful with all of the departments. As finance, we touch every department of the county. So it is very important that our people are open to helping those people, regardless of if it's finance related or not finance related. So Wendy is always coming in with a positive attitude, and she always helps people out any way she can. And she's helpful in bringing solutions to the table when we have things that come up. So, I'm thankful to have her on our team just for those qualities.
Great. So talk a little bit about what are some of the impacts that Wendy has made. I know you probably haven't worked with her for the entire 25 years, but in your time together, talk a little bit about what impact she has made.
Well, as Wendy told you in her interview, she started in accounts payable, and I started as the accountant. And that's how I came in the door. And so we worked very closely together from the very beginning, because those two positions are pretty much joined at the hip. The accountant drives the accounts payable clerk. And so within just a couple of years, I was promoted to finance director. And because of that, the accountant position became open, and Wendy applied for it, and she's been there ever since, which was about 20 years ago. So since then, we have been met with lots and lots of challenges and changes technologically. Now we pay lots of things with credit card, whereas before we had checks that we ran for that. Wendy touches every transaction, and sometimes they can be upwards of 200 to 250 transactions in a month.
Wow.
So it is not for the faint of heart when you work for the finance department. We do work very, very hard, but we do have great times that we have fun together. And like I've said previously, Wendy has provided solutions. One that comes to mind of recent turn of events is when we received CARES funding. And CARES funding, we received $10.6 million that we needed to figure out a way, how are we going to track all of these expenditures? And Wendy was the one that developed the spreadsheets to track those expenditures and make sure that we are reporting accurately to the state.
Wow, great. I know that was no easy task.
No easy, and it still is not.
So anything else that you would like to add? Maybe a favorite memory that you would like to share?
Favorite memory? Well, we've had lots of fun. I mean, even though it is a lot of work, we do have fun at times. I mean, we've had lots of parties. There have been lots of births of children, grandchildren. And so, when we have times that we can get together and have fun, I would like to say that Wendy is the life of the party, but she is extremely reserved. She's the type of person you got to get to know. But when she gets wound up and you get to know her, she can tell you a few things.
So Wendy is celebrating, or we are celebrating, her 25 years with Pittsylvania County. Is there anything you want to say about Wendy during your time with her?
Well, first off, congratulations to Wendy. And we have worked together for so long. She's not just a coworker. She's family. Very sweet, easy to work with. Very even-keeled. I mean, super nice. And she will help you out if you need help.
Yeah.
So, but congratulations, Wendy. We love you, Wendy.
She knows a lot of information about the county because she's been here so long, and she is a great help, and she's a sweet person, and no matter what, I can always go to her. We love Wendy.
We worked together for, I'm working on my 20th year now.
Okay.
So after you work together that long, you become more than just co-workers. You become family. So that's what our department basically is its own family. So it's been a pleasure all these years. And probably for many more the way it looks now for all of us. So yes. So Wendy, it's been nice. And we love you, Wendy.
So, Michael, you have been here for 30 years. 30 years with Pittsylvania County, that is a long time.
Yes.
So, talk a little bit about what has kept you here for 30 years.
30 years. I've
Yeah.
been here. Well, first of all, the citizens. I'm the kind of person I never met a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the citizens coming. I make them feel welcome.
Yeah.
I make them feel they are somebody. They come in sometimes and they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And I always like to give them a hand, show them what to do, and how they carry on a conversation with them, make them feel good. That's the way I like to give back to the community.
Okay. Okay. Good. So, over the course of 30 years, obviously there has been a lot of change. So, for you personally, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in your work here at the landfill in 30 years?
Since I've been here, when I first came here, none of this was here. Both shops, the only shop we have was that shop.
Mm-hmm.
None of this was here. So, we got a shop, got a welding shop, we got a break room, we got snack machines, we got new trucks.
Yeah.
We got new different people. We just advanced on up. As things, time go, you got to advance with the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Progress, right?
Progress is on the way.
Good.
And I hope things even get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do. God put me here for a reason. My purpose is to bring the light to these people.
Wonderful. I love that answer. So, what makes Pittsylvania County an employer that you wanted to stay with for 30 years? What's kept you here?
Pittsylvania County they give you a chance to kind of step yourself up. They don't like trying to hold you back. If you feel like you move to the next level, they there for you. And I'll be glad when my move goes up a little higher too.
Good.
So
yeah.
Hey, I'm blessed, man. One of my coworkers say I'm a blessed, hearted man, and I am. I truly love God.
Well, we appreciate you and all of your years of service. So please know that everybody that you don't see every day or that is back in Chatham, we don't see what you do, but we appreciate you and everything that you do.
I give it all my all, 100%.
Awesome. Well, we can't shake hands, so let's do the elbow bump for the camera.
That's all good. Yeah,
it's all good. Excellent. Anything else you want to say? Wrap it up.
Y'all just be blessed out there. Be safe. Be blessed.
Thank you. We will. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. So, Ronald, Michael has been here for 30 years. That's a really long time. So, talk a little bit about what makes Michael someone that you want to have on your team here at Pittsylvania County.
Well, the first thing is Mike is a Christian man and a man of character and integrity, and that's first and foremost. And that extends into his work. And Mike takes initiative. He's been here 30 years, nothing he hasn't done or seen. And he sees something he's doing, he does it. He can run any piece of equipment we got. We've got several pieces of equipment. Not everybody can do that. And so, if you need to be on the pan, a traco, or a dozer, or a compact, or whatever, I know know it's going to be done and done right.
Okay. So, in 30 years, that's a long time to do a lot of really good work. So talk a little bit about some of the impact that Michael has made over the past, you've worked with him for 10 years. So talk about some of the things that he's impacted here in his work.
Well, Mike has probably seen as much change, I know he has, as anybody, because when he started out, the equipment was, they just started out on the shoestring, and the equipment was not up to par, and break down half the time. You run it half a day and work on it half a day. And he's seen that progress to finally, which it still happens, but finally have some decent equipment, and, you can actually get in it and go and, get some work done. And in the last few years, we've stepped up our equipment, and that's an ongoing thing, and we're getting in real good shape with that. So, and the process of how we put in trash and compact it and grade and all it, that's changes, DEQ changes over the years, and the way we have to do things. So we just have to roll with it, and he does good at that.
Good. So, is there anything else that you would like to add about Michael?
Yeah, if I had 30 years, I'd be gone.
Michael, how many years you worked here? 31 now. I got 31 now. Thank you. We brought you gifts. All right.
Told you I wouldn't let you down.
31 years. 31 years. Yeah. So what's the craziest thing you've seen come out of this hole? Craziest thing I've seen come out of this hole? Well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. If you go about that, well, thank you. So we have, for your 30-year anniversary, we have some really nice things in here that we want to give you. And it's a what do you call it? Catalog. And you pick out anything in here, and it will be delivered to your house. Okay. And it's our token of our appreciation for 31 years. So appreciate it. Stay on a little long.
Anything you guys want to say about Michael?
Yeah, one thing I found out about Mr. Kraft, he's a good spiritual man. He's a man of God. He's an honest man, and he's a blessed man to be able to work 30 years for Pittsylvania County. And we congratulate him for his success in being a worker, employee, a humble man, and a humble family man. So we thank God for him, bless him on his journey, and bless him through his life. We thank God for him.
Thank you, Wesley.
Nice, yeah.
Anything?
Nice.
Yeah, Mike's a good man to work for. I'm glad to be here 15 years myself and enjoy working with Mike. He don't get mad, throw his hands all up in the air when something don't go exactly right, but Mike's a good person. I hope he can work a whole lot more years if he's willing to work.
The most tenured employee in Pittsylvania County.
Come on now.
Yeah.
35 years?
I've been there a
35
while.
years.
Yeah, I've been
Well,
there
we
a
just
while.
came from Michael Kraft. He's 31. You know Michael Kraft down at
At the landfill, yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Well, you
Mike.
got him beat.
How about
Yeah. So we want to thank you for your service to Pittsylvania County.
Okay.
And we want to give you today just a small token of the board's appreciation, Mike, Tommy, and us, and the administration, of the 35 years you put forward to us. And this is a catalog of some really nice stuff. And you're the only one that gets this because you are the most tenured employee
35
in the
years.
county.
That. That's
And
great.
anything in here you pick out is yours and will be delivered to your house. And it's just a small token of our thanks for what you
Okay.
do for our citizens.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
congratulations.
I'm glad to serve Pittsylvania County. It's a pleasure.
So what's the wildest thing you've seen out
Oh, it's been so many over the years. It's been a lot of stuff. It's been quite a few wild adventures.
We asked Kraft that. He said I can't say on camera.
Yeah.
I bet your response is similar.
It's probably pretty much the same. Yeah, but it's been a pleasure working with you.
Excellent.
I've met some really, really nice people. I enjoy serving.
We appreciate what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. In regard to Ron, 35 years, that, I don't know, that's just so amazing that he's been here for 35 years. So, from your perspective, what makes Ron someone that you want to have on your team? And how long have you guys worked together?
Well, I've been on Ron for a long time. Even when he worked with the sheriff department, I worked with other agents, and I got to be him then.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, when I came over to the sheriff department in 2004, so I got to work with him. Then when I came to civil, because he was into civil process, so I started working with him in civil process.
Okay.
And one thing I can say about Ron, he's a team player and also very dependable. And that's something you need on your team. And once he go into the field, you don't have to worry about getting on it. You get work done like you need to get done.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing for a team.
Absolutely. Yeah. He seems like he has a really good sense of humor too.
Yes, he does.
So talk a little bit about what are some of the ways that Ron has made an impact in 35 years. And I know that would be probably a very long discussion for us, but what are some of the ways that you feel like he has impacted the county in his time here?
Well, anytime when you're dealing with the public, that it depends upon the person himself. And Ron is the type of person where he's out there, he treat people with kindness, and he help him get a job done out there. And wherever Ron is at, somebody come up and say, Mr. Anderson, and then he said, yeah, I had served him with some paper, and I was looking for somebody, and they asked me what I'm looking for, and they told me where I need to go. So, 35 years, and you got that, I guess you can say that the effect of the people out here respect you, and they don't mind stepping up to help you out. Because it just, even though he's big and tall, but he still get that generally as a bath.
Right.
And everything.
Ron is probably the guy that either when he walks into a restaurant or he goes into a store or he goes to the market, everybody probably knows who Ron is, right?
Pretty much.
That's so funny.
Oh, wow. Oh. Then I give you a funny moment with
please.
him one time. That it was a situation was going on. That's why I was with another agent. And I called dispatch out there to have a county unit to meet me. And that's who came and met me was Ron. So I explained to Ron what was going on. And he said, okay, then. And when we pulled there, and when we got out the vehicle, and the guy looked, what you doing with him here? What you doing with him here? And that was so funny.
Oh, gosh. That is funny.
Oh, wow. Oh, so everything went well.
Now, does he have a nickname that you can share with us on video? A funny nickname?
Not to my knowledge,
Okay.
not to my knowledge.
Okay.
So a friend in China might know, but not me.
Yeah.
I know he used to play basketball a whole lot.
Yeah.
Which I never had opportunity to play ball with him. I just come up here.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty tall. He's probably, pretty good opponent.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Is there anything else that you want to share with us about, working with Ron?
Like I said, he, a person that when you're working with him and whenever you need help, he don't mind to helping you out. And he'll be there and everything. He don't mind to assist on calls or, just help the department as a whole. But as a leader, that is a person definitely on the team. because when you got people on your team and we all work together, that make everything go smooth.
Yeah.
And that's why we also ask each other if we come across a problem. Don't think that I know everything, because I don't, because we learn something every day. So we come to each other, and that's how we feed. And that's make a team work well that way.
Yeah. You have 16 employees that are receiving service awards this year. 5 of those have service with 20 or more years of service, and 1 with 35. So how does that make you feel?
Old. No, it just it kind of brings to mind that phrase that time and tide waits for no man. And I was looking over the list, of course. Ron Anderson and I, the one with 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ron came, I think, about 1984, 1985, right in there. And so Ron and I worked together under Sheriff McGregor and Sheriff Plaster, and of course, under my administration. So we go a ways back. And the other guys too, we've all worked together mostly under Sheriff Plaster and then my administration. And each one of those guys, it's interesting because just looking at each one of them are deputy sheriffs. And as we all are, but as we serve in the sheriff's office, but each one of them has a particular role that they do mostly day to day. It's either civil process, courtroom security, crimes against children and the elderly, and then one that serves the schools, protects the schools and administrates. So all of them together, I mean, even though they're kind of going in their own different directions during a day's time, they all pull together to make the office work and seamlessly. And they've really done so with professionalism and pride in their work. And that's what makes, any administrator's job easier. Because of their attitude about their work and wanting to do the best job for the people. And even in today's time, carry on a good way about them. They're not bitter, they're not angry, they're just, they get up and do their job and carry on with their work. So for that part, we've been blessed. All of us have been blessed here. And I think they total about 120 years. I think that our government here has done a really good job. Our board has done a really good job in trying to move the county forward. Forward thinking, employment, which really helps. The employment rate really helps keep crime down.
Yeah.
So my hat's off to everybody that works here. I mean, I still consider this, even though we might be our own office and we each have our distinct things we do, we're all one group and we're all one family in this.
Ooh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.